Dat gaan we nu doen. Dat is die Sinfonia zu einer unbekannte Kirchenkantate. Ik weet niet of iemand van jullie dat ooit heeft gespeeld, dit stuk. Ik denk het niet, hè? Laten we het eerst maar even spelen, dan zien we wat...
This Sinfonia, I don't think I know much more than anybody else does. And I think that's what's fascinating about it, that we can continue to come up with ideas and theories. But what is clear is that in the manuscript it says that it's a cantata for four voices. So it's clearly the opening movement of a cantata with four voices, but we don't know more than that.
De laatste drie maten die dus als tweekortsmaat zijn genoteerd, die zijn in een ander handschrift. Men weet niet precies wat er is gebeurd met dit stuk. Maar om het nou toch min of meer tot een einde te brengen, moeten we dus gewoon die tweekortsmaten uittellen. Op de derde tel van maat 152 overlappen met de eerste tel van maat 1. En dan wordt het echte fine wordt dan maat 8 op de derde tel. Maat 8 op de derde tel.
A part of it is missing. There's a little, in the manuscript, there's a little piece of paper that's attached at the very end to give the piece an ending, as it were. Maybe some of the pages got lost and we still needed an ending, so somebody wrote out 2 bars and just stuck it on. So it's a little anomaly, a curiosity. It's so unashamedly virtuosic. The violin has an incredibly difficult, unusually difficult violin part, but not just in its difficulty, but also just the space that the solo violin takes up. It makes you think of more of a Vivaldi or Locatelli concerto. The reaction across the board, also for myself when I opened the music and I just went, what? Was that, no, this can't be Bach. This is not without example. There are concertos, again I'm referring to the Italians, the Vivaldis and the Locatellis, where it just stays on the D pedal, which also this piece does, and just goes up and down and elaborates and shows. And what's interesting is that all of these passages are notated as chords. So this is shorthand, abbreviated, right, a way of writing arpeggios, because to write 3 notes versus to write 8, obviously writing 3 is a lot more efficient and quicker. So if I take these chords and what do you do with them? You can do anything. Let's say something like that's pretty basic, or and the list just goes. I mean, if the sky is truly the limit. If you just arpeggiate the same way for, I mean, literally a whole minute or 2 minutes, that's a little bit dull. So according to the texture, to the harmony, sometimes I'll change the way I arpeggiate just to keep the interest of my passage, or to highlight a particularly spicy chord or a voice that moves. So it's great. It's really drawing on a blank canvas in that way, composing a little bit as you go along. Maybe it's not so outlandish. Think of D minor harpsichord concerto, Brandenburg 5. The list is actually substantial. Somehow I think in the context in this box of cantata, we think, no, virtuosity is much too vain. It's a little bit confronting in that way. No, it can't be Bach, but it is Bach, and all we have to do is just think, there are other examples of instrumental extravagance that he has presented to us before. We're being confronted with our own bias towards old Johann Sebastian.
It's an amazing piece. Yeah, well, they think it's really Bach. It's very late.